Okay, so hello and welcome to today's tutorial. This tutorial will focus on how to set up Microsoft Word for writing college papers. So I opened up Microsoft Word here, opened up to a blank page, and you'll notice immediately that it just looks roughly like you can start typing away. Before you do anything though, I want you to press Control A to select everything. Right now that's not that much. Scroll down through here until you find Times New Roman, and just select Times New Roman, select size 12. Some professors will give you a different size, but just do this at the very beginning just to start out if they haven't given you anything. Then click on Line and Paragraph Spacing and select 1.0. Now you're good. Okay, so now a lot of people align this stuff on the right hand side of the page because that's what you do in high school, not in college. So in college you're just going to write your name. For me it's Patrick Devlin, and then it's kind of annoying that they do this space after the paragraph. You get rid of this by remove space after paragraph. You don't want any of this weird formatting Microsoft Word does. After that, type the date or the date. This is done in a slightly strange format. So you do 23 Jan, or you could type January. I just typed 23 Jan 2017. Don't type anything like 1/23/17. That's how you type it again in things like high school papers. You want to do this much more rigorously to the schedule. Then type the name of your class. So let's just say it's Sociology 34. So, and then after that, type your professor's name, and let's just call him, I don't know, Dr. Sociology. Okay, now you're going to click Enter, and then click Enter again, and then you want to center on the Word document, so you could press either Control E or click the center button right here. Now press Control B to boldface it, title. Another interesting thing to remember is you want to capitalize the main word of each thing in your title, but like the non-main words like of, you do not capitalize, and do not put a colon after that. So don't put this after it. That's again high school papers. So press Control B again, click Enter, Control L to move move back to that side, and then press Enter one more time. Now you're going to click over here, go to Layout, and then you're going to indent left to about 0.5. That's perfect. Now, let's just type so okay. So now we've got a bunch of things we can start working with. So you want to move this back here, and again what you want is to get the ruler. So this can be a bit difficult to figure out. it's not the indenting, but basically what you're going to do is select here and type tab, and this is perfect. Okay, so you'll be typing away. Obviously, it'll just, I don't know. And then when you press, like when you want to start a new line, you just click enter again. It'll create a new sort of indented area. To get rid of this indentation, just click backspace, and it goes back to normal. So now we're going to go. Now we're going to go on to adding like a block quote in something. So you're going to type or quotation marks and then type the paper has a quote, close parentheses, but no period. Then type Dr. I don't know, history. Dr. History 34, or no, not 34, let's choose a different number, 50. Close parentheses, and then you can put a dot. And then go on after this, and then just keep typing the rest of your paper. But interestingly, you're going to keep typing the rest of your paper. I don't know why this is indented. Let's move this. Oh, maybe I did this. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Okay, but anyways, then you're going to keep typing your paper without indenting the first part. So, and he said, wow. But then, when you start your next paragraph, now you're going to be indenting it again. So it's interesting. What you need to do is, with your quote, you want to have that indented even more, but you want to continue after this. Oh, and no space after this either. I don't know why I put a space there. Yeah, so this is all, it looks exactly like that. I think I'm still used to having it automatically done for me, because we could just do this now. Click Control A, and now you're going to go to Design, I believe. Paragraph spacing? No. You're going to go to Design, Layout, and then basically you want to double space everything. So let me see. Not with points though. You want to, oh yeah, here. So you click that little arrow pointing downwards down here. Line spacing, double. Perfect. And then you could even set it as default. Don't add a space between paragraphs of the same style. Why do people, or why does Microsoft Word do that? I really hate that. Okay, now, some people will be like, wow, this just seems like a ton of empty space right here. The professors are just going to think I'm trying to make my paper seem longer. Don't worry, that's totally fine. If they complain, they just, follow their instructions, but this is the sort of standard way of doing things. Some people also, go an extra step and they're like, well, I need to make this italics. Not really. The very fact that you've got this in quotes kind of shows that you're quoting someone else. One very important thing, though, is some professors get really into the whole plagiarism thing, and it is a very important issue, but to protect as much as possible against getting accused of plagiarism, you could always say, So Dr. History puts this most eloquently. And then you could either put comma or colon. And then give the quote. Because now it's clearly not your words. And, following this, I agree with Dr. History. And, and then just continue with all your stuff. So, going back to this here then. So now we want to put in a bibliography. So insert, so right here, let's just go back to this line right here. Insert page break, and that would be, it's funny though, this whole, it would be under references. So insert, and there's a lot of different options in here. I'm still a little kind of new to this whole setup just because I recently switched over from Google Documents, which made things really easy. Problem with Google Documents is it's just not, it doesn't have the same power that Microsoft Word has. So we're going to, breaks. So you see breaks right here. Want to click on the little down arrow, insert page break. Okay, so that starts a new page. Another thing that's really useful is you could press Control Tab, I think. No, Control Shift Tab, Control Shift Enter. No, wait. There's a good way to get. Oh, they got rid of that. So. I'm thinking still back in like Microsoft Word 95 or 2000 or something like that. So you click on this little paragraph symbol right here, and it makes all these things show up. That's really useful when you're formatting. Some people think this is distracting, so a lot of people don't use it. I recommend using it, because then you can see that a tab has already been started. So for this new page here, center it, type bibliography, or you could type possibly works cited. I'm just going to put this red font here just so you know that you should choose one or the other. Don't type both of them. In general though, bibliography denotes that you've put more energy into this whole thing anyway. So I would try to use bibliography if you can. Okay, now we want to go back over left. Now, this is the part that is kind of interesting about the whole. So let's just let's get a random okay, so let's just call this our reference. Now you want to format this, but it's a different style of formatting from how you would be used to formatting it. So we're going to go to layout here, and we want to indent this so that this thing is first. Yeah, so see, it's, but basically we want to indent it so that the first part is more in. Indentation. And again, like you'll notice a lot of what this is for me is just you play around with it. Figure out how the whole thing works. View rulers. We want to view the rulers. Okay, rulers. Excellent. Yes. So now, see this thing up here? you want to click on the bottom little box thing, move it into this sort of half, and then click on the after selecting this text. Click on the little top thing right here and move this back to here. Now you see it's indented it like this. So that's kind of like reverse indentation, and that's how you need to do your sources. If you are curious how you are going to make the sources, it's actually very simple, and I actually don't know how to do it, but I can tell you how. So search for EasyBib, and it's going to bring up a bunch of stupid news stories. Click on easybib.com right at the top. And this is by far the best way to cite your sources. It removes any sort of human factor where you might mess up. And, you know, I've tried writing out the citations myself, and I always end up messing up, and professors are like, you didn't put this parentheses right here. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So we've got MLA 7, MLA 8, APA, Chicago, all that sort of stuff. Ignore everything, just select MLA 8. Select the latest version of MLA. If your professor wants you to put a certain one, that's fine. If it's from a website, book, video, etc., generally you'll be doing a book citation and then cite a book. So let's just say we'll cite a very scholarly book. So Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, click enter. And again, you'll notice like you don't need to get super into this here. Let's just go with this one, the 1999 version. Cite this, and then so they're gathering a lot of information for you. Okay, so now what we need to do is continue to the final step here. So just wait while it gathers everything together. In the final step, you're also going to be wanting to make sure to fix the formatting, because the online formatting is always not done very well. So just get rid of the things that are obviously not part of it, such as delete this number 1 part, and capitalize like Potter, and all the stuff that needs capitalization. Okay, so now let's go back over here. So you're going to paste the quotation in here. If it wants to make things hyperlinked like this, which obviously is not going to work in an actual printed document, just say remove hyperlink, and then it'll look like this. It'll remove the italics from certain words. Just select those words, hover over it, and change it back to italics. Anyways, though, this wraps up my rather lengthy presentation on this topic here. If this did help you, please do like this. One final thing I want to mention, insert page numbers. You can do that from insert, I think, and that would be this thing, I think. No, that's word art. Insert page number. The standard is at the bottom of the page. Bottom of the page on the right-hand side. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. You can always get rid of the first page here, but just leave it the way it is like that. Click close header and footer, and then you'll see just page numbers pop up. But again, thanks for watching this here. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you all back in my next video. Thanks for watching.